ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. Go to ZocDoc.com/something and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/something. ZocDoc.com/something.
Hi, I'm Steffany Strange. Want to hear something scary? Sometimes what's more terrifying than our nightmares is the deadly anticipation of what will happen next. I stood alone on the dimly lit and deserted train platform. What a boring dream, I thought. As if in response, I heard an announcement. An emotionless voice said,
"The train will arrive shortly. If you get on board, you'll be greeted with a scary sight."
Shortly thereafter, the train arrived. Instead of resembling an average commuter train, it bore a strong likeness to those nostalgic rides found at the amusement parks. There were a number of pale, sickly-looking men and women sitting in the car windows. What a weird dream, I thought again. Even so, I was curious to test myself, see how badly my own dream could scare me. After all, I could always just wake up and I was in total control, right? I climbed aboard and settled into the third carriage from the rear. The air enveloped me with its mild and damp embrace. The experience felt so authentic that I nearly questioned whether I was still trapped within a dream. I jolted forward as the train began to move. My heart started to race with anticipation. Shortly after, we departed. We entered a tunnel that was illuminated with a purple light. I remember thinking that I'd been there before. It looked just like those ghost rides I'd ridden at theme parks when I was a kid. The dream stemmed from those distant memories, deeply embedded within my consciousness. Nothing scary at all. The announcer spoke again. "Next stop is Ikisukuri, Ikisukuri." Okay, that was odd. That's not a place, it's a Japanese dish. A piece of fish you eat while the thing is still alive. Suddenly, I hear an ear-piercing shriek from behind me. I turn around and I saw the man sitting in the very last seat, surrounded by little creatures with hunchbacks, dressed in rags, wearing monkey masks. Right before my eyes, they carved up the man's body, just like the fish dish. I could only watch in horror. No one tried to stop them. A horrendous stench engulfed me. The man kept screaming. I could barely look as one by one his organs were being pulled from his body and scattered everywhere. A pale woman sat one seat behind me, but in spite of the commotion, she quietly stared ahead and paid no attention. It was all so terrible and felt and smelled so real. Why wasn't I waking up? Why couldn't I wake myself up? Instead, the announcer spoke again. He said,
"Next stop, gouging out, next."
This time, two monkey mask-wearing creatures appeared with spoons. They began scooping out the eyes of the woman behind me. Until that moment, she had sat expressionless. But the pain was so great, her face morphed into a look of pure agony. She let out a screech that nearly ruptured my eardrums. Her eyeballs popped out of their sockets, and the smell of coppery blood was unbearable. "Wake up!" I couldn't take it anymore. If they're going in seat order, I'd be at the next stop. The announcer again, over unseen speakers. I held my breath.
"Next stop, minced meat, next."
I could easily imagine what would become of me. I gathered my nerves and concentrated on waking up. Come on, wake up, wake up! A monkey-masked monster inched towards me, close enough for me to hear the mechanical whir. Sound of the tool the creature would use to destroy me. I prayed for the Lord to let me wake up, and just as I felt the wind from the machine on my face, I knew I was going to die. I bolted upright, finally awake and out of that nightmare. My whole body was drenched in sweat. Tears streaming from my eyes, I ran to the kitchen and drank several glasses of water, eventually calming down. The dream had been horrifyingly real. The next day at school, I told my friends all about it, but they just laughed it off. It was only a dream, they said. Dreams can't hurt you. 4 years passed. I was in college and had completely forgotten about the nightmare. It was very late and I was studying for finals when I leaned back in on my chair, my head nodding.
Next stop, gouging out.
The memories came flooding back. I was on the exact same train with the exact same passengers and creatures in monkey masks. I told myself to just wake up. It was clearly just a stress dream. Wake up, wake up, wake up! Suddenly, silence. I had escaped again. Then, just as I was about to open my eyes, I heard the announcer.
Running away again? Well played. Just know the next time you come here will be your last.
My head snapped up and I was back in my room and completely out of the nightmare. However, the sense of terror remained. The announcement I heard was not in my dreams. I heard that here, in reality. The final message from the announcer had reached me as I woke up. Since then, I haven't had the dream, but I've reassigned myself to the fact that the next time I do, I'll die of a heart attack or something in my sleep. In this world, it might seem like something medical, but in that world, I know my fate will be much worse. I'll be grounded into minced meat.
Talkspace can help with any specific challenges you might be facing, things like anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationship issues, and much more. At Talkspace.com, you can sign up online and get a personalized match with a provider that's right for you. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/scary to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Talkspace.com/scary.
Thanks so much for listening. Like and share if this video gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. See you next time.